Flammer rupture discs are designed to provide instantaneous pressure relief at a predefined pressure and temperature. Installation is an important consideration that can affect the performance of a ruptured disc. Installation instructions are included with all Flammer ruptured disc shipments. These instructions should be followed carefully and completely. To aid in this procedure, we will now demonstrate the recommended installation procedure. Remember to place the ruptured disc assembly where it will have sufficient clearance to operate unhindered. The ruptured disc assembly should be vented to a safe area where people and equipment are not at risk, as a system discharge can be hazardous and cause injury. Baffle plates used on the end of outlet piping will redirect, but not eliminate, potentially dangerous system discharge. The piping near the ruptured disc assembly should be braced to absorb shock caused by the opening of a ruptured disc. A danger sign is provided with all ruptured disc shipments and should be placed in a conspicuous location near the zone of potential danger. Keep the danger sign clean and unobstructed for ease of viewing. To install a new ruptured disc, remove the burst ruptured disc assembly from its piping. Please use caution as a ruptured disc may have sharp edges. Remove pre-assembly screws or side clips and separate the holder components. If this is an existing installation, it is important at this point to do a visual inspection of the ruptured disc holder. Inspect the holder seat area for nicks, scratches, corrosion, or deposits left by the process media. If necessary, clean the seat area with Scotch-Brite, superfine steel wool, or a fine emery cloth. Before installing a new ruptured disc into the ruptured disc holder, clean the seat area with a solvent compatible with your media. To verify that the holder has not become deformed, place a straight edge on the flat flange mating surfaces and hold down. If the flat surfaces are not parallel with the straight edge, the holder should be replaced immediately. Visually inspect the ruptured disc for shipping damage. Read the complete information contained on the ruptured disc tag. Verify that the disc size, type, pressure, and temperature are correct for your system. After verifying that you have the correct ruptured disc, carefully place the hold down on top of the disc and install the pre-assembly screws or side clips. Do not apply torque to the pre-assembly screws. Finger tight is sufficient. Check to be sure the gap between the base and the hold down is equal all the way around the holder. If it is not, take the ruptured disc holder apart and reassemble. After assembling the ruptured disc and holder, you are ready to install the ruptured disc assembly into your piping system. Place gaskets on the top and bottom of the ruptured disc holder as needed. Gaskets that are subject to cold flow are not recommended. Carefully place the ruptured disc assembly between the piping flanges. Insert the studs into the flange and finger tighten. To determine the required torque, refer to the appropriate stud torque chart included in the written installation instructions. Find the nominal ruptured disc size and ANSI rating of your flange. Follow the row across the column that contains your ruptured disc type to determine what is required for your ruptured disc in foot-pounds. Using a crisscross pattern, apply torque in 25% increments. After each torque step, it is recommended that you check the gap between the base and the hold down to be sure that it is still equal. After the final torque step has been completed, make one revolution around the flange to be sure that each stud has received the correct amount of torque. Flammer ruptured discs and holders come in many sizes and types. A common requirement of all designs is proper handling and installation.